holy crap. So I don't want to see any comments going in there and talking about, oh, Lego, you're hyperbolizing your title, man. Because really, if you think about it, am I? Is this not the absolute worst case scenario? I mean, it could always get worse, right? But is this not a situation where an NHL team is getting completely screwed by fate? Oh man, I definitely do think so. So, yesterday we had ourselves some news that really did hit home for Chicago Blackhawks fans. Now, Blackhawks fans have been through a lot, and we noted this in a recent video talking about how they already lost out on some of their top talent. We spoke about Kirby, Dach, and how he was in a position where after that Team Canada preliminary game, he had to leave, and eventually it was revealed that yes, he might miss the entire season. He might even be in a spot where the recovery time for his wrist, which is literally S-shaped, I'm not going to show the picture here because I want to save you the gruesome details. It might take 4 or 5 months to recover, which would put him in a timeline that would probably expire sometime in about May-ish or April, which is about when the NHL regular season is probably going to end. And yeah, if you're missing out on Kirby Dach because he played one preliminary game at the World Juniors that didn't even count for the stats, you start to wonder, yeah, did New Jersey, did New York, did these teams make the right decision in keeping Jack Hughes and Alexis Lafreniere from their World Junior teams? Well, probably, but at the same time, the Blackhawks did run that risk and they made that decision knowing that that risk did exist. They also had Alex Nylander, a nice young forward who was on the up and up, also sidelined too. He missed a very big part of the season, and now the Blackhawks were in a position where, off the backs of guys like Kane and guys like DeBrincat, Kubalik, Toews, etc., they were in a spot where they needed to clamp down and say, okay, we are in kind of panic mode already. We need to work off the backs of these guys, the leaders on our team, to prove that we're better than the rebuild status that our social media team put out that we're actually going through at the moment, because hey, we have Toews, we have Kane, we have Keith, we have Seabrook, we have old guys that don't want to be part of a rebuilding team. But they just lost one of those guys. Hey, Jonathan Toews is out, and he's going to be out for a long time. He won't join the team for training camp while dealing with a medical issue, and there is no timetable set for a return. Take a look at this over here. It's a statement from the Blackhawks captain himself. This offseason, I've been experiencing symptoms that have left me feeling drained and lethargic. I'm working with doctors so I can better understand my condition. Until I can get my health back to a place where I feel I can perform at an elite level and help my team, I won't be joining the Blackhawks for training camp. I don't have a timetable for when I'll rejoin the team, and I'm extremely disappointed. But it wouldn't be fair to myself or my teammates to attempt to play in my current condition. I'm grateful for the continuous support from and ongoing communication with the Blackhawks organization. The people up top plus my teammates, they have been nothing but understanding my situation, and I appreciate them standing by me. To Blackhawks fans, I will continue to do whatever I can to get back on the ice and return to play the game that I love for the team that I love. I will not be making any further comment at this time and ask everyone to please respect my privacy as I focus on my health and recovery. That last part, though, let's take a little tangent. I love that last part. Please respect my privacy, so we don't have another Steve Simmons, Austin Matthews positive test kind of thing like we did earlier in the summer. But we do have a few other statements made from Stan Bowman, talking about Pat Brisson as well, saying, okay, Toews' health is the #1 priority here, and we're all on the same page. Which is good. You know, you always want to put the human side of things first, because, quite literally, Jonathan Toews is just a normal guy like you and me. He just happens to be very good at hockey, and he happens to make a living playing hockey at a very high level. But when you take a look at the hockey part of things, here's a tweet over here that I very much want to show to you. It's from Satchel Price. This could be the Blackhawks forward group if the season started today. Kubalik, Shaw, Kane, Suter, Soderberg, DeBrincat, Janmark, Wallmark, Carpenter, Smith, Kampf, and Highmore. Move around the pieces however you want, toss in Dylan Strome, assuming he signs eventually, but it's gonna be ugly no matter what. Even still, with the Zach Smith back injury thing, you could probably have a Brandon Hagel who might slot in there as well on the 4th line, but as he notes, it probably won't make much of a difference. This lineup, man, oh my goodness. This is absolute dog water, man. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how bad this lineup is. And, you know, When it comes to that Central USA, yeah, Central America is a completely different part of the world, division that you have with Detroit, with Chicago, with Tampa, with Dallas, all these teams in here. All of a sudden, depending on the length of this Jonathan Toews injury, piled up with the Dach injury and the Nylander injury, and the potential of a Strome maybe coming back, maybe not. We saw rumors he was on the trade block earlier this year. With all this stuff combined, I don't know if Detroit is finishing last anymore. I made a video about this literally like a week ago, talking about how, yeah, the Red Wings improved, but the other teams in their division, you know, I don't really think Detroit has what it takes to overtake them. But when you take a Chicago Blackhawks team that was already beaten and down in the mud, they lost Crawford to the Devils, they lost all their other guys who are nice young stars to injury, and then they lose Toews too. Yo, that's one of the worst case scenarios you could have. Again, it could get worse, but this team is absolutely screwed, even if you have a Dylan Strome coming back. Now, I will say this, though, and I said this in the stream yesterday while we were watching Team Canada versus Team Switzerland. Anything can happen when you have Patrick Kane on your team. That guy's an absolute magician. He can do whatever he wants with the puck whenever it is that he feels like it. He can pretty much be a point-per-game player in his sleep, and he's probably a good bet to get 100 points, especially now that he'll have a whole bunch of more playing time. Actually, no, you could say that he's probably not going to get there anymore because the players he's playing with won't be able to feed in the pucks when he dishes them out to them. But, you know, even with that argument established, let's say that Strome comes back and you have DeBrincat, Kubalik, and Kane as some of your top players. These guys are going to get all the playing time now that Toews, Dach, and Nylander are out. If you're Chicago, you're going to be relying on some of these guys here. You guys don't have Saad anymore, so you don't have that support, but what you do have is a Strome who is probably going to come back, I'd say hopefully, because what are the Blackhawks going to do now, right? Strome is going to come back, he's going to be given an opportunity. DeBrincat might be able to get up to 40 goals again if he's given all the playing time. Patrick Kane is going to have to carry, and, you know, we'll see if he's able to do that with Kubalik on the other side as well. And then everybody else, Soderberg, Wallmark, Janmark, Carpenter, your job is to survive. Your job is to go out there and make sure that the opposition doesn't score, because it's not really going to be likely that Matthias Janmark comes in here and becomes a 30-40 point player, is it? I mean, he had like 30 points previously in his career, but who knows? If he's playing in the bottom six of Chicago, maybe if the playing time is distributed nicely, he might be able to get up there, but that's besides the point. Toews is out, and this Chicago team has so much more to dread for next season. You said you're in a rebuild. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is what Stan Bowman meant, but you guys are probably going to finish low in the standings and get a high draft pick. Owen Power all of a sudden looks very nice on a future decor that includes Adam Boqvist, Alex Vlasic, I guess, Nicholas Bowden, Ian Mitchell, and then you have Nikita Zadorov too. Yeah, Owen Power or Edvinson or Luke Hughes, oh, they'd be very good alongside of those players. So, talk to me in the comments what you think about the Chicago Blackhawks. Are they absolutely screwed like I'm saying they are, or am I just overreacting? I don't know if I'm overreacting, I think I'm not, but if I am, call me on the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this Blackhawks for Trolls 99, and bye.